Welcome to the HuntFishTravel podcast, the first and longest running female hosted hunting podcast. Even though she's been living out of a tent in a compulsive need to cook over an open fire and sleep on an air mattress, she's ready to help you navigate your trip of a lifetime. And now, here's your hostess, Carrie Zilka.
All right, so we're live. What's up? So, welcome back to HuntFishTravel podcast. I'm here with Patrick Flanigan. This episode is brought to you by Real Avid. If you use a shotgun to hunt or to shoot clays or whatever, check out their shotgun micro tool. It's a compact, function-packed tool that fits in the palm of your hand. Being able to fix on the fly means a lot to shotgunners, which is why any shooter worth their steel or lead will keep this 17-function tool handy for quick teardowns, choke tube changes, and many other tasks. Be sure to check it out at realavid.com. Find them on Facebook as well as YouTube. And if you follow me on Twitter at Carrie Zilka, keep an eye out for the tweets I tag them in. Be sure to give them a follow at realavid. We're going to talk about probably random things, because we never stay on topic.
Doesn't matter what you want to talk about. We probably won't talk about it.
Probably not.
Great show.
Yeah,
I'll be here every week.
I do want to talk to you. I do want to see what you're up to, because I know you got some stuff going on up there in Deadwood. And I want to talk to you about pheasant hunting in South Dakota, because the photos and that ranch that you're working with just looks awesome. Yeah. So let's start.
Pretty cool.
Let's start with what you've got going on now. I see you have... Oh, and now I lost it. Here it is. So, your newest production, The Ultimate Shooter Showdown, in Deadwood, South Dakota. What exactly is that?
Well, I did a lot of TV in the past, I don't know how many years, 15 years. I did a ton of television. And I kind of got away from it for a little while and was just kind of itching to do something that I had a little bit more control of. So I got together with some investors on this idea and this concept. It's kind of actually, it's kind of similar to a show I hosted on Sportsman called Shell Shock, where I would travel around and people would come out, and professional shooters in other sports would come out, and I would compete against them in their sport, and then they'd have to compete against me in my sport. But where this is different is that we're still going out, but we're promoting it kind of like last minute and letting people know we're in that town, and we're going to all these Western cool, towns throughout the country. And I've got my buddy Paul Whitley, who's like a cowboy fast draw extraordinaire, just unbelievable guy with like revolvers and stuff. It's insane. Basically, we're putting it out there, and it's all meant fun, but the marketing of it's going to be kind of promoting it as being like, this showdown where you have a chance to come out and take on the modern day deadliest, shotgunner and revolver shooter and whatever. So it's a competition show. We've been filming for about a month and a half, and actually working with a Hush Hush network right now. A producer friend of mine actually kind of was digging on the concept a little bit. So we're going to kind of wait and see where it goes. Otherwise, I'm going to direct it back towards the outdoor networks and online stuff. So it'll be cool. It'll be fun. I'll put some stuff up and we'll see what people think.
That's fantastic. Dude, you're always doing something.
That was probably the worst sales pitch on that show ever. So thank you all very much. Glad you never tuned in. I'm sure you're all intrigued. Yeah, check it out. I should just drop a .com in there. And then, but no. Yeah, no, I'm staying busy. So what's new with you?
Oh my gosh, so much. Do you turkey hunt? I can't remember. You don't really.
I do. I just don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, okay. Well, apparently I don't either this year, because this year sucked for turkey season. But I feel like it wasn't just me. I feel like a lot of people got skunked this year. But I've had just the weather has been so stupid this year.
Right.
But I've been on a pretty good stretch. So I've had like 6 or 7 years of solid successes. I've at least one, if not two birds a year. So it was bound to happen where one year it wouldn't work out.
Oh yeah, it's like deer hunting though. You get that season, you get all jacked up, you're all amped up to go out and do it. And, sometimes you get one, sometimes you don't, but you know well how to do it. It just makes it you a little that much more motivated to hurry up and get back out there again next season. So
you are right.
Sorry to hear you didn't get a turkey.
I know. I'm so sad. But
yeah, I'm actually. Do you want to get dramatic with this? You got some like sad music you can play or something?
I know, right? Sad trombone playing in the background.
Yeah. No, but what's funny is that you say that though. I was actually, you see always people always post pictures of this, and that, and I always respect and look at them as best I can. But one thing I did notice this turkey season is that you're seeing a lot more posts about people just getting skunked. I mean, so, however that weather plays a role in that affects that, I really don't know. I don't know anything about turkey hunt, Carrie. We established this when we were in Deadwood. Okay? I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm, I forgot his name. Sorry. Who was our guide out there?
Mike McGrew. Mike McGrew.
Mike McGrew. I'm not going to act like I'm a Mike McGrew here, okay? So.
Well, me neither half the time. This year too, like, I don't know. It's just so frustrating. Because I went down to Illinois for my out-of-state hunt and got, like, deathly ill. Like, horribly ill, and I don't really want to go into detail. Well, just lung issues and pneumonia. It just, it was awful. I ended up going to the ER, the urgent care. It was just a nightmare. It sucked. And it really just started the whole season off wrong. Because it was my first hunt. Yeah. And it all just went to shit from there.
Yeah, but, you probably caught something passing through Chicago.
That's what I was thinking, but...
and I can say that I love Chicago. No, but I can say that just because my friends in Illinois tell me that they're trying to push Chicago into Wisconsin, and people in Wisconsin are always trying to push Chicago back down in Illinois. So
that is true.
That's true. A bummer, when you get out there and you got that
out of state
days and you go out there sick.
And, like, you spend all this money and out-of-state tags and stuff, and I still tried, but...
Refund.
Yeah, I wish. But, it was all right. But whatever. You know what? Like you said, it just means that, come on, deer season, because I'm going to frickin' rock it this year, damn it.
Or, come on, pheasant season. I got to get you into this upland waterfowl thing. I mean... I think, have you done much of that?
I haven't done any. I got a goose tag this year, and I was just talking to somebody. I'm like, I don't know what to do with it. I'm just going to go,
go to the park. Find a dude.
I know. They're everywhere, so it shouldn't be too hard. Just wring its neck and be done.
People do it all the time. No, listen, we've got to get. I love being. It's like anything. Like I didn't do a lot of turkey hunting growing up, so I just kind of stuck with what I knew. But I had experiences with things that when I was heavy in the industry, doing stuff that I never had a chance to do. So really enjoyed those opportunities. I loved the turkey hunting opportunities that I got, and I always appreciated it and whatever. But I've only got so much time. I have to pick and choose what I want to do. But with the wing shooting thing, for me, that's always been my thing. And I just love showing people and teaching people and bringing them out. And I'll tell you what, you've already got the itch and the passion and the love for the outdoors. You'll have another addiction. I'm telling you, it's a cool game. The dogs and everything, it's just awesome.
I went to, where did I go? Pheasants on the Ledge, I think once. A couple years ago, we rented, we had a guy with a dog and everything. That shit was fun. Some of the best photos.
Where was that at?
Campbellsport.
Okay, so Wisconsin.
Yeah, here in Wisconsin.
Okay, probably like a game farm or a preserve or something like that.
Yep, which I'm sure is totally different than what they do in South Dakota. But it was fun getting out there and shooting at them.
Sure, and that's game farms and preserves are great. We're zoned to preserve at the Jim River Ranch, but the reason why is because we've got so much acres and so much land. And we're a huge part of the conservation and the things. We want to be able to put birds back into these properties with the amount that are taken out from our hunters. So with the preserve license, we're allowed to shoot up to 15 roosters a day, whereas normally it's 3. And we get to be open from September 1st until March 31st. But unlike, like in Wisconsin, I've hunted game farms and stuff, mainly for training my dogs and stuff. But they go out, they release the birds for you, go out and try to find them, and that's cool, but it keeps you active. But out there, in South Dakota, it's just so much more wild and just a different experience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about Jim River Ranch. I'm looking at their Facebook page right now. They have some amazing photos. So anybody listening should go to their Facebook page, give it a like, check it out. Redfield, South Dakota. How did you hook up with them? How did you guys become friends?
Well, honestly, I don't remember how we came in contact so much as Jesse Wright, the owner of the primary owner of the ranch, approached me at something 3-4 years ago, and we just established a line of communication throughout this time. And one thing that I've always wanted to do, it was kind of like my idea for a retirement thing, although now that I see how much work it takes, this would not be a retirement thing. But it was to open up my own hunting lodge up in the Dakotas that specializes in wingshooting stuff. So anyways, I kind of talked to Jesse about that. And at that time I was really still doing 80 live shooting shows a year. So I just didn't have time to get involved. But finally we hooked up. I went out and I saw the ranch and I experienced their hunts. I saw that they were unique and that they offered more than just these remarkable hunts. They've got cowboy fast draw stuff. They've got all these different activities you can do while you're there that just keep you entertained. And hunting's just a part of it. It's just a unique place. And it's one of those places where I love going to places when I step in the door, I feel like I'm at home. And that's what I get when I'm there. So Jesse talked to me about partnering up in the ranch, getting invested in the ranch. And I said, sign me up. So I dove into that pretty heavy here this last year and kind of taken on its own life. And it's really just blown up. I mean, we've got a lot of big shows that are being filmed out there and it's just cool. It's great people. Love working with cool people.
That's very cool.
I made all that up, by the way.
I figured you were like reading it off a Wikipedia page or something.
I actually was. I couldn't really catch the grammar. I mean, like the whatever those like marks are you make commas. Yeah, punctuation. But let's talk about your education, Patrick. Okay. But it's a place that is so inviting, and what's to me something I always look for with people I'm going to partner up with, because not that I've got this big brand or name or whatever, but I've got a reputation that I established over 16 years of blood, sweat, and tears.
Oh,
and
yeah.
so if I'm going to partner with somebody, it's got to be a place that I look for how they interact, obviously, with their customers, the organization stuff, but also the return. What kind of repeaters do they have? People coming back to them, and everybody that comes and hunts there, unless it's just solely a one-shot deal, everybody that comes there comes back. So we keep the calendar full. You get a few, days in the late season and stuff like that. Obviously, we're open, but it's a neat, unique place, and people just, when they experience it, they fall in love.
Sure.
And let me read this last part here. Oh yeah, www.jimriverranch.com. That was at the end of the Wikipedia thing.
The whole wing shooting school is so fascinating to me because I don't know that I really see a lot of that anywhere. And I mean, obviously with your shotgun skills, holding all these Guinness World Records and all this stuff, and everybody knows you and from your trick shooting and stuff, to be able to learn from somebody like you, that level of skill, it's not like I'm just going to the local ranch here in Wisconsin and some dude's showing me how to shoot at pheasants. It's such a higher level of excellence, in my opinion. And I think it's really cool because I don't know that I've seen a whole lot of that out there.
There's definitely some, there's not a lot of them. There's some out there. I really, I don't know a lot about what else is out there. But I do know that for me, at first I was I'll be honest with you. At first I was like, well, I don't know if I'm the kind of person who's got the patience to be full-time teaching shooting lessons and whatnot. And then we promoted it, and people responded to it really well. And we got these groups out there. And as soon as I started doing the first couple groups, I'm like, this is so absolutely what I want to do, because it's smaller, intimate groups. I get to just share with them what I love to do, but also the best part is that we're attracting a lot of these youth groups, like these trap teams from Minnesota, Iowa, where they're coming in. Schools are coming in with 30 shooters, And what's cool is that we can put them there for 3 days up in this neat ranch home, and all the meals, everything, and they get to go out and we work on the shooting stuff, obviously, trap, skeet, sporting clay stuff, and then I do the exhibition stuff. I teach them some of the trick shooting things too, because that's kind of what they want to see. And then we get to take all that and we get to go put it out in the field. And I just walk along with either the kids, adults, whoever, and just work with them. And it's really neat. I mean, it's been great responsive. The groups have been really responsive to how we're doing it, and everything just kind of works out. And so I'm blessed to be just doing it, loving doing it, I guess. So did I mention I love doing it?
I know, it's awesome.
I don't know.
So
yeah, no, it's cool. It's working out good.
Walk us through like a normal day with the school that you're putting on there. Like, walk us through step by step, hour by hour. Well, maybe not hour by hour, but you know what I mean? Like from start to finish, like if someone's really interested and they're like, okay, what do I get in this package? Because it's not cheap. It's not super expensive. It's pretty reasonably priced, but it's not your $100 for the day kind of a school. So walk us through what they're getting.
Generally, the groups will come in the night before. I mean, you'll get in the night before so we can get a full day in the next. And it's set up that you don't have to go for 3 days, 4 days. You can come for just one day. I mean, you can come in the night before. We'll be ready to go in the morning. We do more of abbreviated, shooting lessons and stuff. And the one thing about this is that I'm a firm believer in practicing what you're learning. So aside of shooting at clay targets, we always go out and we hunt when we're done. And these guys have this incredible hunt. So we split the days up based on the amount of days. So, but let's say you came in for 3 days, hypothetically. Okay, come in the night before. The morning of the first day, I'll wake you up. No, I don't wake you up, but we come in. We always have breakfast right away in the morning. I'd say the day, we're not going to tell you when you have to be up, but usually the program starts by about 9 a.m. We put on a killer breakfast. People can kind of get up and just at whatever pace. Come down. We start about 9 o'clock. We show people down to our 5-stand course. And the first thing I like to do is just get people shooting, wake them up a little bit, get them out there, and it gives me a chance to watch everybody. And I'm like, kind of like a coach, teacher or something. I sit there, I take notes. So I'll write everybody's names down, and I just start watching them, 2 at a time, just so I can kind of learn what they need to work on. And then I like to focus on helping people, that are correcting little problems and stuff like that, more than just trying to pound them with all this education on what they should do. So the first day is kind of a feel it out type of day. I like to just kind of see everybody shoot. We play around a little bit. I'll kind of work with you one-on-one right away, just to kind of correct a few things here and there. Then we go out in the field. We'll break for lunch. Then we go out after lunch and we pheasant out the rest of the day. The next day, I spend the night going through my notes and kind of, I've got a million different techniques I can teach. What I do at night then is I go through everything and just kind of find the best techniques that are going to work with the group based on the size. So then we apply those the next day. I hands-on just kind of start teaching them a little bit about, some things they need to work on, footwork, mounting the gun is a big one. A lot of people just have a poor mount with their firearm.
Sure.
And then again, we break for lunch and we go out and we pheasant hunt. Next day is more of a reapply everything that we worked on. And then the exhibition shooting stuff comes in a little bit. I'll teach them some basic trick shots. I do a little show, pull out some of my records for them, have some fun. And usually the groups either leave that afternoon or we go out and hunt again and they leave the next morning. So pretty simple. I can't tell you all the things I teach them.
Sure.
If that's what you're digging for.
No.
And these are little gems that nobody's ever heard before. No, I'm just kidding. No, I really, my biggest thing is being an entertainer. I really I want people to relax, have a good time. And it's the most common problem and mistake with those of us that shoot a lot of shotgun and bird hunt or shoot targets is poor mounting of the firearm. And we still working on proper mounts and stuff like that for shooting is really ends up being one of the biggest focuses. Because if you don't want your gun right, you're not going to get on line with your target. And that's kind of where it starts.
Sure. So, okay. Interesting. Just out of curiosity, how often do you hold these clinics? these wing shooting schools?
We kind of had this little pilot run after the first year. We promoted it. We set a few dates, and the dates that we set, we filled them up, which we had to move a couple dates around based on what people could actually accommodate. So coming now into the summer, we've already got a couple dates, private ones already booked, and then we're going to promote some public ones to the local people. We can't hunt, though. That's the trick in the summer. It's all specifically steered towards the shooting part of it. And then come fall, we'll probably put on, to answer your question, we have private groups that are contacting us just to book. So we'll fit those in, but we're going to probably put on maybe 2 of them a month. And if that gets to be too much with our schedule there, we'll 1 a month, but enough that you can definitely get into one. So
interesting. And I'm assuming you'll post that schedule on the JimRiverRanch.com webpage.
Facebook / something. Just look it up. Call Google, people. Just Google it.
Right, just Google it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we do. We put it up. We put events up. We post our events, and we've got a pretty good mailing list. So with that, we get on the mailing list and stuff through the webpage or Facebook. We send out the mailers and let people know when we're having them.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'd say.
I'm just trolling through the website. Some of the shit. This is a really nice website. Like,
that's the new. That must be the new one. I've not even actually looked at that yet. There's
really
a new webpage. JimRiverRanch.com. JimRiverRanch.com. And these are shameless plugs. I mean, come on.
I love it.
We just got a new. We're doing all of our marketing stuff. So that's always been my thing. It's just kind of doing some edgier marketing. So I know we had a new webpage. I saw kind of the basic creation of it, but I don't think I've looked at the new one actually. So check it out. Let me know what you think.
I like it. So you can hunt geese and pheasants there, obviously, and also big game. It looks like deer.
Yeah, Yep.
Ooh, pronghorn.
Sasquatch.
No. Why is everybody got to talk about? So I've been on a couple of podcasts lately, where I was actually the guest, and I swear to you, out of the 5, 3 of them brought up Bigfoot. Do you believe in Bigfoot, Carrie? Why does everybody keep asking me this?
Well, my guess would be because that Star Wars movie that's out, and Chewbacca kind of looks like Bigfoot.
Could be.
So, you never know. We're all kids. I don't know that I believe in Bigfoot, so I don't want to upset anybody, but until I so. But the ranch specializes in the wingshooting, so it's waterfowl, ducks and geese, and we got a great snow goose season. We just wrapped up here too. That was just unbelievable. But then the pheasant hunting, and then now we also offer the big game. It's actually over 8,500 acres of huntable land that we have and operate. Around the ranch, it's about 1,500. And then we have, 1,000 acres over in a different county and stuff like that. And that's kind of getting more towards the big game thing, or
sure.
The waterfowl season where we have cornfields and stuff where the birds are feeding and stuff. So we pretty much, again, specialize in the wing shooting, but the big game, their deer out there are ridiculous. I mean, absolutely insane. So if that's all somebody's after, that's definitely a good place to look in to get some a good whitetail hunt.
These pictures on here are insane. Like, some of these deer look like moose. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know. I'll be honest with you. You and I, being Wisconsinites, I was shocked the first couple seasons I ever hunted out in South Dakota, just being, from a state like Wisconsin, where we're known for having some big whitetail.
Yeah.
And obviously out in South Dakota, you've got muleys and you've got the whitetail, but I was hunting whitetail around a buddy's farm. This is 15 years ago out there, and I couldn't believe not only the size of the deer, but the abundance of the deer. And what's unique out there, I think, is that because they don't have the cover like we do in Wisconsin, where we've got the deer, it's just harder to get to them. They got so much cover, and you know what I mean? It's a different game. Out there, there's so much wide open space that you know, if you walk up to a tree line, you're going to kick a deer out. And that's no joke. When we pheasant hunt, we're always walking and pushing different little areas with CRP or brush and stuff. And we always jump deer. So there's some well-fed, big deer out there.
Yeah.
I just never got
one. So wait, I'm just looking. Where Redfield, South Dakota. Is Redfield, South Dakota, that's east of the Missouri River? Is that where it is?
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Yep, that's Eastern River. Redfield, South Dakota is actually about 40 miles directly south of Aberdeen. So for people that are out of state that don't want to drive in, they fly into Aberdeen, South Dakota, and you've got, literally a 35 to 40 minute drive. We pick everybody up. We got shuttle buses and stuff like that. But there's an airport right there in Aberdeen. So Aberdeen is one of the bigger cities in South Dakota. 30,000 people.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what it's closest to. But what's cool about Redfield is that it's actually the pheasant capital of the world.
Oh, wow.
That's kind of fun.
That is awesome.
Yep, and it's trademarked and owned by Redfield, South Dakota. I heard the whole story, and I fell asleep twice listening to it.
What do you think? What is the reason you think that the pheasants are so predominant out there compared to like Wisconsin? Because it's a hell of a lot colder up there.
Correct. It absolutely comes down to the conservation efforts made by the farmers, made by their game fish and parks. That is exactly 100% why they have the abundance of birds that they have. They know that is a significant part of that local economy because it's such a draw. And what's different out there is the farmers don't mow their ditch lines like we do. And, pheasants nest a lot in the ditch lines and stuff like that. And, and they've got a massive effort for predator control out there. I mean, they really put a ton of time into controlling the predators, and it's the habitat. Their CRP is abundant. The farmers out there, whether they have hunts at their farm or whatnot, which the majority of them don't, they're passionate about keeping that as part of South Dakota's economy and helping their economy. So they just put in the extra effort and time. A lot of farmers will leave up a couple, strips of corn or feed or whatnot for the pheasants, and it's just a different mentality. You know what I mean, for protecting that particular species of bird. But it's also one of the best waterfowl hunting places in the world. I mean, I've never seen a better spot for waterfowl. So it's unique. It's a very beautiful place for pretty much anything with wing shooting. So
interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get out there.
Well, the thing is that you've been up in Deadwood and stuff like that. And that's a totally different game out there. That's you're up in the hills, beautiful place. We know how much we love being out in Deadwood. Cool place. But it's completely it's two worlds. You got West River and East River divided by the Missouri River there. And you get into the East River, you're just getting into more of the flatter areas and farmlands, and that's where you're gonna start finding a lot more of the birds.
And that'll do it. Thanks so much for listening. Don't forget to find the show on iTunes. Just search for HuntFishTravel, all one word. Hit the subscribe button. You can also follow me on social media. Just go to huntfishtravel.net and click on the social media icon of your choice. Thank you for listening.